Hello friends, welcome back to Eerie Files. I'm David Paulides, and for years, this channel and my work have been focused on a disturbing truth: the uncounted, unexplained disappearances in our wilderness. What I've termed the missing 411. But what if I told you that the missing are just one facet of a much larger, darker narrative? That an almost daily torrent of tragedy, accidents, quick, violent deaths are also swirling around the same geographical hotspots. These are the incidents that make the news for a day, then vanish. But they share the same common factor as our missing 411 cases. They happen in places where the veil between our world and the unknown is thin, fragile, and often lethal. Tonight, we are looking at the sudden fatalities in our national parks. We will examine these tragedies and, using the missing 411 criteria, ask a terrifying question. Are these simply accidents? Or is a single, unified, unseen force claiming lives in the American wilderness? We are looking for the common denominator. Let's start in the Southwest, at an iconic location, Arches National Park, Utah, in 2020. Newlyweds, Essie and Ludo, enjoying the simple joy of an ice cream run. Bright sunny skies, a perfect Saturday. But out here, in the isolated desert lands, nature can turn on a dime. A strong wind blew in. Not unusual, but what happened next defies every rational explanation for an accident. An unsecured metal gate, used to close a section of the park, suddenly whipped open. According to the claim, the gate sliced through the car like a knife through hot butter. It missed Ludo by an inch, but it instantly decapitated Essie. A simple, unsecured gate. A dollar store padlock would have saved her life. This feels manufactured. This is the chilling missing 411 connection. Why was that gate unsecured? This is a critical infrastructure failure at a key geographical choke point. An almost intentional neglect of safety. It's as if something wanted that gate to be open, ready to strike. The violence was precise, a cruel, instantaneous act that eliminates a promising life, right at the boundary of the wilderness. We must ask ourselves, what kind of force uses a metal gate in a national park as a hunting tool? The gate was found warped and bent as if by an incredible, localized pressure surge, an anomaly the investigation couldn't explain. Now, we turn to Yellowstone, 2016. A vast, beautiful, but utterly hostile landscape. Colin Nathaniel Scott, straight off the designated boardwalk in the Norris Geyser Basin. Attempting to hot pot. His sister was recording him when he reached down to test the 200-degree water. He slipped. He fell in. The chief ranger called the area a very unforgiving environment. But here is where the missing 411 criteria intersect. The unretrievable victim. Rescue teams located his body. But due to a sudden lightning storm, the recovery was delayed until the next morning. When they returned, there were no significant remains left. The environment had caused a very significant amount of dissolving. The rapid elimination of remains is a terrifying signature of the unknown. Was the lightning storm just natural, or was it a form of environmental shielding? A perfect, rapid cover provided by the park itself to prevent the recovery of evidence. People in missing 411 cases are often driven to an area they shouldn't be, as if by an impulse right before tragedy strikes. This is a subtle form of mind control, leading the victim to the point of no return. The unforgiving environment? Yes. But what if the environment is only unforgiving because something is using it to cleanse the scene? Something that operates best in extreme heat and isolation. Let's look at wildlife. In Olympic National Park, Washington, Robert Boardman was having lunch. A mountain goat approached. The goat was known to be aggressive. It had lost its natural fear. Robert tried to shoo it away, but the goat attacked, goring him, rupturing an artery, and killing him. And then it stood over him, preventing others from helping. A calculated, dominant act. This brings us to the cryptid connection. What if these forces are using known animals, habituated animals, those that have lost their fear. What if the problem is not habituation, but manipulation? An unseen hand encouraging a known animal to break its natural behavioral pattern and commit a precise, deadly attack. Consider Great Smoky Mountains National Park, 2020. Patrick Madura, found deceased, being scavenged by a black bear. Did the bear kill him, or did the bear simply find him? The autopsy results have never been publicly released. We must always question the official narrative that rushes to blame a bear when the initial trauma is undefined. It allows the true cause to slip away, uninvestigated. Rangers reported unusual silence in the area the night Patrick disappeared. An unnatural quiet, as if all other life was holding its breath. We've logged this phenomenon many times near missing 411 fatal sites. The sudden, often inexplicable, fall from high ground is a terrifying signature of the unknown force. Quick, final, and leaving little opportunity for survival. Denali National Park, Alaska, 2021. Mason Stansfield, a certified ski mountaineer and guide, an expert. He fell 100 feet into a crevasse and died on impact. For an expert to be lost in such a simple, catastrophic way suggests an external force overriding his judgment. A sudden collapse. A perfectly placed sheet of ice. This is the time travel mystery element. A quick, instantaneous shift that puts the victim in a lethal spot without warning. A momentary tear in space-time that opens and closes just for them. A subtle, momentary, dimensional rift. Then, Yosemite National Park, 2018. Tomer Frankfurter, seeking the ultimate selfie, he climbed over the cliff's edge above Nevada Fall, driven by the urge to take the photo, ignoring all common sense. He slipped out of the hands of his rescuers, his sweat-slicked skin betraying him. This is the psychological abduction that ends in death. The force uses the victim's pride and technology against them, compelling them to cross that safety boundary. They become entranced. Finally, Grand Canyon National Park, 2019. Cynthia Ackley plunges 200 feet. The theory? A rare weather event. A total cloud inversion, causing her to fall so quickly and without any warning. A cloud inversion as a cause of death? Or was this a localized, temporary tear in reality? A veil of fog that hid a final, lethal step. The official report noted a fleeting, acrid metallic smell in the air near the site. Unexplained. Our final case points toward an alien abduction or UFO disappearance scenario, where the body is found, but the cause of death is completely unnatural. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, November 2000. The eruption site. Bodies of an unidentified man and woman found in an advanced state of decomposition 330 feet inland. Autopsy revealed pulmonary edema, swelling of the lungs due to inhaling hydrochloric acid. The skin was broken down by acid rain. This is a targeted chemical assault by the environment itself. UFO sightings are often reported near active volcanoes or in areas of high geothermal activity. Was this the result of a simple gas plume or the consequence of a cloaked craft utilizing the raw elemental power of the volcano as a shield or a weapon? The advanced decomposition is key. Unidentified, rapidly broken down by acid, killed by an invisible gas. It shares the hallmarks of unexplained deaths linked to unusual atmospheric conditions. Conditions that we strongly suspect are being manipulated. We've examined accidents and tragedies across the U.S. national parks. The locations are the same. The speed and violence of the incidents are the same. The failure of common sense, the environmental anomalies, they are the same. Is there a central theme? A single malevolent influence? The missing 411 predatory force that is not just abducting people, but is actively engineering fatal accidents to feed or to protect its territory? The Park Service consistently declines to update its warnings. But how do you warn people against a perfectly timed wind, an unusually aggressive animal, or a sudden tear in the clouds? The takeaway is this: when you enter the wilderness, you are entering a realm where the rules of man may not apply. The same entity that takes the missing 411 victims without a trace may also be manipulating the environment to achieve a quicker, more destructive end. Be vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings. And never, ever assume that logic or physics are your only companions in the deep, dark quiet of our national parks. They are watching. Thank you for joining me on Eerie Files. Stay safe and keep asking the hard questions.